Hello everyone, and welcome to my Young and the Restless official 24 channel. Matt's multiple victims, Phyllis and Billy's deal, Christmas in GC. Matt Clark aka Mitch Bacall will target multiple victims while Phyllis Summers and Billy Abbott reach a deal. Christmas will also arrive in Genoa City, so here's what YNR fans can look forward to. During the week of December 15th to 19th, Victor Newman will put Adam Newman to work on a new vengeful angle against Jack Abbott. While the Abbott Communications launch party's going on, Adam will use Newman Media to turn JABOT's shutdown into a scandalous story. There'll be posts that make Jack look incompetent and raise questions about whether JABOT still has a future. Victor's celebration will follow along with Nikki Newman's anger when she realizes how he targeted Jack. In the aftermath, Jack will push the right buttons and worsen the friction between Nikki and Victor. Over with Chelsea Lawson, she'll blast Adam for going along with Victor's demands. Jack will also do some plotting and come up with some countermoves, but Diane Jenkins Abbott will turn to Michael Baldwin thinking he might be able to help handle Victor instead. Since Kane Ashby will ultimately decide kissing Phyllis was a mistake, she'll seethe as she watches him woo Lily Winters at the launch bash. Kyle will attend that shindig before he eventually turns his attention back to Claire Newman and their plan to take Audra down. YNR spoilers say Kyle will have a message to pass along to Summer Newman, so we'll see if this is about Victor's attacks or perhaps the Matt situation since it could affect Harrison Abbott, too. Back with Phyllis, she'll enter negotiations with Billy. Phyllis and Billy work out an agreement that could be mutually beneficial, but can either one of them be trusted to keep their end of the bargain? It's possible Billy will want Phyllis to steal back the AI program or dupe Victor in some way, but he'll have to make it worth her while. Across town, Nick Newman will stand against Matt, but their conflict is about to get worse and spill over to plenty more Newmans. Matt will send Detective Annie Stewart to handle Sienna Bacall as well, but Noah Newman will do everything in his power to protect her. Nevertheless, Matt will have multiple victims in mind as he carries out his plans for leverage and vengeance in Genoa City. The week of December 22nd to 26th could bring one last lull in the action before things really heat up. Some holiday celebrations are on the way, so Victor and Nikki will come together to count their blessings and discuss what really matters this Christmas. As for Matt, he could fall into another Newman trap if he's not careful. Sharon Newman will be on edge once she inevitably learns Matt's return to town, but she won't stand by and let him get away with more destruction. Sienna and Noah could fall even more in love in the midst of all this, but is their romance doomed to end in tragedy? Regardless, Noah may become protective of Audra too as Claire and Kyle's scheme against her takes shape. Matt Clark, the man who once masqueraded as Mitch Bacall, is back in Genoa City with a vengeance, and it seems as if no one is safe from the chaos he's determined to unleash, setting the stage for a week of treachery, betrayal, and shocking revelations that will leave fans gasping, with multiple victims in his crosshairs and dangerous schemes rippling through the lives of the city's most prominent families. As the week of December 15th to 19th unfolds, Matt's manipulative and ruthless strategies begin to take form, starting with his calculated targeting of Newmans and Abbotts alike, and the city braces for the domino effect of consequences that are sure to follow. Victor Newman, as ever scheming and relentless, seizes the opportunity to push Adam Newman into action, instructing him to execute a new, vengeful angle against Jack Abbott, and in typical Victor fashion, Adam leverages Newman Media to manipulate public perception, turning the Abbott Communications launch party, a glittering, high-profile affair filled with champagne, sharp tuxedos, and elegant gowns, into a political battlefield, as posts and exposés make Jack look incompetent, igniting whispers about whether JABOT still has a future and forcing the media to scrutinize every misstep with a magnifying glass that Victor controls. Nikki Newman, who has been working tirelessly to preserve what's left of her family's dignity, is furious once she realizes that Victor has orchestrated yet another attack against Jack, and in her anger, she cannot hide her disapproval, sparking heated arguments behind closed doors and at family dinners, questioning Victor's priorities and causing tension to escalate even further as Jack seizes the opportunity to push the right buttons, strategically widening the gap between Nikki and Victor. Knowing that friction within the Newman empire can be just as deadly as an external threat. Meanwhile, Chelsea Lawson, ever the moral compass in a city full of moral ambiguity, confronts Adam, blasting him for going along with Victor's demands, reminding him that loyalty to family should not come at the expense of basic decency, but Adam, for now, remained steadfast in his father's shadow, playing a dangerous game that could have lasting repercussions. Across town, Jack himself is quietly plotting, drawing up countermoves and alliances, while Diane Jenkins Abbott, feeling increasingly powerless against Victor's machinations, turns to Michael Baldwin, hoping that the savvy attorney can provide guidance on how to handle Victor's latest schemes, seeking leverage where she can find it. On the romantic front, Kane Ashby finds himself reflecting on a moment of weakness as he realizes that kissing Phyllis Summers at the launch bash was a mistake, and his attention shifts toward Lily Winters, leaving Phyllis seething in jealousy, her carefully constructed plans for personal and professional satisfaction threatened by the very men she thought she could control or influence, while Kyle Abbott attends the same shindig, ostensibly as a support for the Abbott family, but in reality, with his mind set on a far more intricate plot, eventually redirecting his focus back to Claire Newman and their scheme to bring down Audra Charles, aware that every move they make could have implications for not only themselves but also for Harrison Abbott, whose life has suddenly become entangled in the dangerous games being played by those around him. As Kyle navigates this tangled web, he also has a message to deliver to Summer Newman, one that could involve Victor's attacks, Matt's return, or the precarious safety of those caught in the crossfire, illustrating just how interconnected the threats and vendettas in Genoa City have become, where one person's plan for vengeance can set off a cascade of consequences that touches nearly every resident. Meanwhile, Phyllis Summers, ever the master of negotiation, enters high-stakes discussions with Billy Abbott, the outcome of which could dramatically shift the balance of power in the city, with both parties maneuvering carefully, aware that trust is in short supply and betrayal lurks around every corner. Billy may hope to use Phyllis to reclaim an AI program or execute a strategic maneuver against Victor, but whether Phyllis can be counted on to fulfill her end of the bargain is anyone's guess, as the lines between loyalty, ambition, and self-preservation blur with every interaction. Across the city, Nick Newman braces for confrontation with Matt, whose threats and schemes grow increasingly audacious, spilling over into conflicts that involve more members of the Newman family, as Nick fights to protect those he loves while trying to anticipate Matt's next moves, fully aware that Matt is a dangerous, unpredictable adversary with multiple victims already in his sights. Detective Annie Stewart is called into the mix as Matt manipulates her into confronting Sienna Bacall, setting up a dangerous encounter, yet Noah Newman is relentless in his efforts to shield Sienna from harm, demonstrating the unwavering dedication and fierce protective instincts that define his character, even as Matt's machinations continue to spread like wildfire, threatening to engulf everyone in his path. As Genoa City gears up for the holiday season, the tension doesn't ease, though the week of December 22nd to 26th brings a brief lull, allowing residents a momentary pause to reflect, celebrate, and consider what truly matters amidst the chaos, with Victor and Nikki coming together to count their blessings and contemplate the meaning of family, love, and survival during the Christmas festivities. Though even in these moments of temporary reprieve, danger lurks just beneath the surface. Matt, ever cunning and relentless, risks falling into a carefully laid Newman trap if he underestimates the collective resolve of those he has wronged, and Sharon Newman, ever vigilant and driven by a need to protect her family and the city she calls home, is on high alert, ready to confront Matt the moment his return threatens to unleash further destruction. In the midst of all this, Sienna Bacall and Noah Newman navigate the turbulence of their romance, which has only grown stronger under pressure, yet the question remains whether love can survive when every choice carries the potential for tragedy, as Matt's influence, combined with the schemes of Claire and Kyle against Audra, creates a web of danger, deceit, and manipulation that could affect everyone in Genoa City. Noah, in particular, becomes increasingly protective not only of Sienna but also of Audra, aware that the city's latest wave of plots and betrayals could have devastating consequences, and that his vigilance may be the only shield against disaster. Against this backdrop, holiday celebrations, glittering parties, and festive lights mask the underlying tension, where alliances are tested, secrets are revealed, and the stakes are higher than ever, ensuring that no one can let their guard down, because in Genoa City, even the most joyous occasions are tinged with danger, and Matt Clark's multiple targets, coupled with the ambitious moves of Victor, Adam, Jack, Phyllis, Billy, Kyle, Claire, and others, promise a week of drama, heartbreak, shocking twists, and suspense that will leave fans on the edge of their seats, eagerly anticipating every next betrayal, confrontation, and revelation, as the Newmans, Abbotts, and those caught in the crossfire navigate a world where trust is scarce, vengeance is swift, and Christmas cheer is only as safe as the alliances and strategies forged in the shadows of Genoa City's treacherous social and corporate landscape. From the high-stakes corporate maneuverings of Jack and Victor to the personal vendettas between Matt and his intended victims, from the romantic entanglements of Phyllis, Kane, and Lily to the scheming collaborations of Kyle and Claire, from Noah's protective vigilance over Sienna and Audra to the looming danger of Matt's relentless vengeance, the city is a powder keg, ready to explode at any moment, ensuring that every resident, from Newman to Abbott to every unsuspecting civilian caught in the crossfire, faces a week where nothing is as it seems, where holiday cheer mingles with betrayal, and where every decision could have consequences that reverberate far beyond Christmas, leaving Genoa City forever changed and the audience riveted, desperate to see who will survive Matt's wrath, who will succeed in their schemes, and who will find love or loss in a city where the next shocking revelation is always just around the corner, and where the spirit of the season is tested against the backdrop of greed, ambition, desire, and revenge in a way that only YNR can deliver. Matt Clark, the man who once masqueraded as Mitch Bacall, has returned to Genoa City with a vengeance that leaves no one feeling safe, and as the week of December 15th to 19th unfolds, his scheming threatens to ensnare nearly every major player in town, setting off a chain reaction of fear, betrayal, and calculated manipulations that could forever alter the balance of power in the city. Matt's ambitions are multifaceted. He has multiple victims in mind, each carefully chosen for their ability to either protect or expose him, and as his plans begin to take shape, the tension among the city's elite escalates to near unbearable levels. Victor Newman, ever the master of orchestration, seizes the opportunity presented by Matt's dangerous return to activate his own brand of chaos, ordering Adam Newman to execute a meticulously crafted vengeful campaign against Jack Abbott. With the Abbott Communications launch party as the perfect stage, Adam leverages the full power of Newman Media to portray Jack as incompetent, turning every move, misstep, and public comment into fodder for speculation and scandal, causing JABOT's future to hang precariously in the balance and forcing the city's media and social influencers to amplify every whisper of Jack's supposed failures. Nikki Newman, who has spent years protecting the integrity and reputation of her family, reacts with a mixture of fury and dismay as she recognizes Victor's latest manipulation, confronting her husband privately yet unable to prevent the public spectacle from unfolding, while Jack seizes the opportunity to further strain the already tenuous bonds between Nikki and Victor, strategically pushing buttons that widen the rift and leave the Newman empire vulnerable not only to external threats but to internal strife that could prove equally damaging. Chelsea Lawson, ever outspoken and morally driven, confronts Adam with her frustrations, condemning him for allowing himself to be used as a pawn in Victor's relentless quest for dominance, reminding him that family loyalty cannot justify the deliberate destruction of another's reputation. Yet Adam, torn between obedience to his father and his own sense of morality, continues to play the dangerous game, knowing that one wrong move could jeopardize not only his position within the Newman empire, but also the fragile alliances that hold his personal life together. Meanwhile, Jack Abbott is quietly plotting, carefully considering the countermoves necessary to navigate the treacherous waters created by Victor and Adam's attacks, while Diane Jenkins Abbott, feeling increasingly powerless in the face of the Newman juggernaut, turns to Michael Baldwin for counsel, hoping that the savvy attorney can provide insight, strategy, or leverage against Victor's latest maneuver, illustrating the lengths to which even the most seasoned players in Genoa City must go when confronted with relentless adversaries and unpredictable threats. On the romantic front, tensions are equally volatile. Kane Ashby realizes that his impulsive kiss with Phyllis Summers was a grave mistake, and his focus shifts toward Lily Winters at the launch bash, leaving Phyllis consumed by jealousy, her carefully maintained plans for influence and control threatened by a love triangle that is as volatile as any corporate power play. At the same event, Kyle Abbott's presence seems benign at first, but in reality, he is orchestrating his own set of strategies, moving with precision as he coordinates with Claire Newman to bring down Audra Charles, aware that every decision carries weight and consequences for Harrison Abbott, whose safety has become a pawn in a game that spans both personal and professional arenas. Kyle's involvement extends further as he delivers a cryptic message to Summer Newman, one that could pertain to Victor's attacks, the machinations of Matt Clark, or the precarious nature of alliances among Genoa City's power players, emphasizing how interconnected every plotline is in a city where a single misstep can trigger a domino effect of devastation. Across the city, Phyllis Summers engages in high-stakes negotiations with Billy Abbott, crafting an agreement designed to serve mutual interests, yet fraught with uncertainty and potential betrayal. Both parties must weigh ambition against trust, knowing that a single lapse could unravel their plans and shift the balance of power dramatically, particularly if Billy intends to enlist Phyllis in reclaiming an AI program or executing a subversive maneuver against Victor, while Phyllis herself remains ever cautious, aware that loyalty in Genoa City is a currency as volatile as it is valuable. Meanwhile, Nick Newman faces the escalating threat posed by Matt, whose return has intensified conflicts that now spill over into the lives of multiple Newmans, forcing Nick to balance confrontation with protection, anticipating Matt's moves while guarding against the unpredictable consequences of Matt's vendetta, fully aware that this enemy is both cunning and dangerous. Complicating matters further, Matt manipulates Detective Annie Stewart into targeting Sienna Bacall, igniting a potentially deadly encounter that tests loyalties and courage, yet Noah Newman steps forward with unwavering resolve, determined to shield Sienna from harm, his protective instincts driving him to take bold risks, highlighting a central theme of YNR, the lengths individuals will go to protect those they love in a city riddled with deceit and danger. As the holiday season approaches, Genoa City's residents face a complex juxtaposition of cheer and conflict, with the week of December 22nd to 26th providing only a temporary lull in the action, a brief pause in which Victor and Nikki Newman reflect on family, love, and gratitude, attempting to celebrate Christmas amidst the chaos, yet beneath the twinkling lights and festive decorations, danger remains ever present, with Matt's schemes continuing to pose a threat to every unsuspecting resident. Sharon Newman, ever vigilant, monitors Matt's moves closely, unwilling to allow further destruction to occur unchecked, while Sienna and Noah navigate the treacherous terrain of their blossoming romance, their relationship tested by the omnipresent specter of Matt's schemes and the competing agendas of Kyle, Claire, and others whose ambitions intersect with their lives. Noah's protective instincts extend to Audra Charles as well, particularly as Claire and Kyle execute their own plot against her, underscoring the layered complexity of Genoa City's social and familial networks, where deception, vengeance, and ambition collide in ways that are as dangerous as they are compelling. Against this backdrop, the city's holiday celebrations, glittering parties, festive lights, and moments of family togetherness serve as both a distraction and a stage, concealing the underlying tension that threatens to erupt at any moment, ensuring that no one can afford complacency, as Matt Clark's relentless pursuit of vengeance, coupled with the intricate schemes of Victor, Adam, Jack, Phyllis, Billy, Kyle, Claire, and others, guarantees a week filled with emotional turmoil, shocking confrontations, and strategic maneuvering that will leave viewers on the edge of their seats. The interplay between personal and professional stakes in Genoa City reaches fever pitch, from Victor's manipulations to Jack's counter-strategies, from Phyllis's negotiations to Kane and Lily's romantic complications, and from Noah's protective vigilance to Matt's calculated targeting of multiple victims, illustrating a city teetering on the edge of chaos, where love, loyalty, and survival are constantly tested against a backdrop of relentless ambition and moral compromise. Every resident, from Newman to Abbott, is forced to contend with the consequences of their choices, navigating a landscape where alliances are fragile, trust is scarce, and the next shocking revelation is always just around the corner, as Matt's presence looms like a shadow over Genoa City, ensuring that no holiday moment is entirely safe and that every celebration carries with it the potential for heartbreak, betrayal, or triumph. As Matt's plans unfold, the city becomes a powder keg, with personal vendettas and professional rivalries intertwining in ways that create explosive tension, forcing characters to adapt quickly, react decisively, and confront the uncomfortable truths about their relationships, ambitions, and vulnerabilities, all while maintaining a veneer of civility in public and navigating the high-stakes environment of corporate and social politics that defines Genoa City's elite. From the corporate maneuverings of Jack and Victor to the personal entanglements of Phyllis, Kane, and Lily, from the protective measures taken by Noah for Sienna and Audra to the scheming collaborations of Kyle and Claire, the city is a landscape of high drama, where every decision carries profound consequences and where the interplay of power, desire, and vengeance ensures that no character can remain untouched by the machinations swirling around them. Matt's return as a vengeful, unpredictable force disrupts the delicate equilibrium of Genoa City, forcing everyone to confront their fears, make difficult choices, and confront the consequences of past actions, whether it be in the boardroom, the living room, or in the shadowy corners where secrets are kept and alliances are tested. In this volatile environment, the spirit of Christmas is juxtaposed against betrayal and danger, as celebrations, lights, and gifts are tinged with tension, illustrating the duality that defines life in Genoa City, a place where joy and fear coexist, where love and deception intermingle, and where the actions of one individual, particularly someone as manipulative and dangerous as Matt Clark, can set off a chain reaction affecting everyone in the city. Every moment is charged with anticipation, from the next corporate showdown to the unfolding romantic entanglements, to the personal battles for justice, revenge, or protection, making it clear that in Genoa City, no one is ever truly safe, and that the consequences of each action reverberate far beyond the immediate moment, shaping the fates of families, friends, and adversaries alike in ways that are as unpredictable as they are inevitable. As viewers watch the drama unfold, they are treated to a tapestry of intertwined stories, each rich with tension, emotion, and the complex interplay of love, loyalty, ambition.